Hello, hello, everybody. How is everyone doing today? I am Allie, and I am the very lucky leader of our Bright Lights team, the team of stylists that invited you to this mega party group. It is so nice to meet you. And just really quickly, I want to make sure that I'm live in the right place so I don't get too far. And not realize that I'm not live in the right place. So let me just make sure of that. Okay, yes, let me tag everyone just real quick. I wanted to come, everyone, hope you can listen in. Okay, send. Tell me if you're joining live. It is Happy Wednesday, everybody. It is Wednesday. And I wanted to come and just share a couple of things with all of you in this group. Every single person in this party. If you are a stylist, tag a few of your guests. If you're a guest and you're jumping on this live, tag your stylist. I want to say thank you on behalf of all of your stylists that invited you to this. Thank you for spending the past few days with us. I guess the past week, because we kicked this off on Wednesday of last week. Thank you so much for spending this week with us. I would absolutely, in the comments, love to know who is the stylist that invited you. Tag her and let us know. When we put these events together, we have a few things in mind. And if you're just now joining, let me introduce myself again. My name is Allie, and I am the very, very lucky leader of this Bright Lights team. It is such a gift to work with these ladies. We have one of the most successful teams in the entire Park Lane company. And it's because these ladies and a few good men are stellar. They lead with heart. They lead with light. They want to lift each other up. They want to lift your day up with a little bit of sparkle. That's actually why our team is called the Bright Lights team, because we just want to be a light in the world. And so it's an honor that I get to be able to work with your stylist, and because they are just beautiful, beautiful, lovely. To me, lovely is like one of the biggest compliments that I can pay someone. Lovely, lovely people. And so thank you for coming in here and spending the week with us. We kicked this off with a lot of stylist stories so that you could just see, you could get to know someone in addition to just your stylist. You could see all the different types of people that make up this team. And we had a big style event on Sunday night, launching our new collection. Melissa Marr did that, and y'all, did she not do an incredible job? I know my guests were like, I want that and that and that, because she showed this with this, and I have this, and now I need this to go with that. And so she did an amazing job. So I hope you enjoyed that. And then Monday night, we had the beautiful Stephanie Compton, one of our top leaders on our team, sales VP, Stephanie Compton, come in here and share her personal story. I have known Stephanie for a couple of decades, I think now. We think maybe it's that long. And what I have seen this business do for Stephanie's life, like she shared with you guys, well, I mean, her husband will say, John will say, this has totally changed her life. And so that to me is really truly what this is about. It's not just about a business. It's about a personal growth with a paycheck attached. And we're all so grateful that you were here, and we're grateful that we've been able to do that through Park Lane with you. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Here, I wanted to give a couple of reminders. First reminder is today is the deadline for all of our giveaways for shopping. So remember, if you sent your wish list to your stylist, you still can. You'll get entered for the wish list giveaway. There was also one for placing an order. If you place your order by tonight, you need to do it by tonight in order to get entered for the ordering giveaway. If your stylist she's probably reached out to you a couple times, because listen, we've all been distracted with this great northern storm. I'm in Texas, and my daughter is just now out in the car with someone other than myself or her dad, because it's finally melting. We've had no school for 3 days now. So if you've been distracted with that, your stylist has probably reached out to you a couple of times. And so she can totally help you change up your cart if you need to, but get with her and make sure you get your order in, okay? We also have the booking giveaway. If you have booked a show with your stylist or you've been thinking about it, get that date on the calendar. Not only will you get the incredible shopping spree, but it also is helping your stylist. She's working on a trip to Costa Rica right now with Park Lane, and our hostesses are the thing. That is the window to our entire business. And that is why we like to spoil you with the incredible host rewards program that Park Lane has. And sometimes they have like little extras that they like to throw on too. So just as gratitude and generosity towards you for helping. So book that show with her, and you can do different types of shows. So talk to her about what she typically does, and y'all can come up with something that sounds fun for you and your friends. So you can get entered for the booking giveaway for that. And then obviously we had our Behind the Brand event with Stephanie, where many of you already have actually decided, I want to try this on for size. I want to encourage you. Let me tell you a little bit about my story. I'm going to make it short because I'm not really short-winded, but I've had my jewelry business for going on 18 years now, which is crazy because it's 2026. I started my jewelry business back in 2008. I was working full time. I was in pharmaceutical sales. I was pregnant with my one and only daughter that had her 17th birthday party yesterday in the snow. Yes. And no, well, actually they did go out in the snow. I had to do a whole photo shoot. If you have a teenage girl, you know, so I had to go do the whole photo shoot with all the friends, but, she's 17 years old. And I was pregnant with her. And I decided to do this because at that time in my life, I had a very healthy pregnancy, no complaints about that, but I was not someone who enjoyed being pregnant. I was vomiting every day. I was literally sick. I was one of those people that was sick every day. So I did not feel like myself. I felt like I had this chronic illness that I just for 9 months did not feel well. I was healthy. Okay, I'm not complaining about that. She was a healthy baby, healthy pregnancy, but I was not myself. The jewelry was a distraction. It was a bright and shiny. It created compliments. I didn't feel great. I'm sure I looked like every other cute pregnant person did, but I would go out and do my sales call, and then they were like, oh my gosh, I love your bracelet, or I love your earrings. It made me feel better. So that's why I got into this business and had no idea what it would actually end up being. It allowed me to put that career down. I thought that would be the best mom job I could ever have. And this has been the best mom job that I have ever had. 17 years later, I've built a bigger career than I ever could have because that was my desire. That actually was my goal. And I don't even think twice whenever I look back. Okay. So I love this industry. And when I started that was not with Park Lane. That was with another jewelry company. Fast forward 10 years and enter Park Lane into the picture. I was contacted by them. I had never heard of them. Yes, they had been around at that point for like 64 years. And I'm like, how have I never heard of you? I now realize that a legacy company goes through periods of rebranding. And that was a period of rebranding. And I thought, this is such a unique opportunity. While I loved my business that I had before and I loved my team that I had before, the company had been making some changes that weren't for the last several years. And it was not positively affecting the sales force, okay? That was not just me, but my team as well. So like a smart person, like a smart business person would, I decided I'll listen. I have a spouse, and if you're in corporate America or you have a spouse that works at a level where recruiters would be contacting them, then my husband has come to me before and said this recruiter's reached out to me, and I'm like, talk to the man, just talk to the man, just talk to the man or woman, whatever. Talk to the person. He never tells me, it's just recruiter. And so he's a very male dominated field. So I'm like, just talk to the dude. So I decided to talk to the person. And I learned all of these things that I did not know. That was 7 years ago. And so I was one of those people that because I had a team in my previous business, I had experience with leadership in direct sales, was offered a leadership position. That was 7 years ago. That was actually, I'm not even sure. I've been saying 7. I think I'm going on my 8th year now. I got to look at it. You know, when you get a certain age, you kind of start forget to count numbers. That's kind of where I am right now. So that was 7, 8 years ago. And here I am today. And when I started that business, when I started Park Lane, we started blowing and going. Okay. A couple of years in, my husband was diagnosed with cancer. Okay. He's great, amazing working in his office over there. Okay. So he's great. Sometimes I leave that part out and I'm like, oh, that's an important detail. Left people hanging. At that time in our lives, that was also the pandemic. Okay. He got diagnosed right before the pandemic. And at that time in our lives, with him going through treatment, his company got acquired. He was laid off. While he was going through treatment, my Park Lane business, not only did it provide for our family, it was the bright and shiny light that I could control. It was that thing that was the positive thing. It was this community was amazing. The team that we were growing at that time, that now all of your stylists are here as a result of that. It became our purpose at that time because it was providing positivity. It was providing light. It was providing so much, just breath of fresh air. That became our mission at that time. That is what we thought the world needed during that pandemic. That's what it was to me during that very difficult time in my husband and I's life with our daughter. And that's when this team was named the Bright Lights. That is why our team is named the Bright Lights. And it's been our mission ever since to be a light to others, whether they get their new jewelry haul and they don't have buyer's remorse because it's such a great deal. And it's like the thing that lit them up that day. Or a host, whether you host a party and whether it be in person or online or whatever, and you decide, my God, that was like the funnest thing I did all week because, life is hard. We have hard things in our lives. The adulting thing is not easy, right? And it became the lightest, funnest thing you did that week. Or you decide to become a stylist and you're like, this was literally like the most positive thing I could have done at this period in my life. That's what we believe on this team, that we are there to light up the world. That is our job. And one of the ways that we do it is through our Park Lane businesses and through a little bit of sparkle. Because you throw some sparkle on, I always say when I walk out the door, like I put these earrings on just right before I came live. Because I'm snowed in. We've had snow days for days now. If I were to actually get out and go to the grocery store and I didn't wear earrings, I would feel like naked. I would feel like frumpy, okay? I put the earrings on and I'm like, oh, I feel cute, right? I walk out the front door totally differently because I have a cute pair of earrings on. That is really where we feel our product is a service to people. And so if that's tugged at you and you're kind of like, you know what, maybe I'll give it a shot. I want to let you know that our sign-up special does end tonight. The extra $200 in free jewelry with your $129 sign-up ends tonight. You get $500 in free jewelry plus $200. Okay. And you can even boost that a little higher. Once you get in there, you can boost it, give yourself another $200 and just pay like $59 for it. So want to encourage you to ask your stylist some questions. We are doing a new stylist training onboarding tomorrow night for all of our new stylists that have actually joined our team over the last week or so. So you could be included in that too. But that's basically what I wanted to share with you guys. So if there's anything in there that has inspired you or motivated you, like Stephanie said, you got to make a choice to take a chance to change your life. And sometimes it's not even a huge change. It's just to kind of make you feel a little bit better, because when we feel better about ourselves, it does impact how we approach the world, how we walk out the front door and go to the grocery store. So with that, I will let all of you go, but get your orders in, get your party booked, get your wish list over to your stylist. And if you decide to join, make sure and comment on that join as a stylist giveaway, because you'll be entered for our giveaways for that as well. The best part about that is that you took a chance on yourself and you gifted yourself. You put yourself first for a second. And that's the part that I love the most about new stylist training, is getting in front of all these amazing people that have decided, you know what, I'm gonna put me first. I'm gonna put me first and I'm gonna take a chance on myself. And it's for very low risk too. So love y'all. I am wearing the Luna earrings. Okay. I'm obsessed with these. Thought they went with my kind of taupey sweater. Really, this was real boring until I put these Luna earrings on. And I haven't gotten to the bracelet part of my day because I mean, I'm snowed in. Kind of like what Melissa was saying. You don't know what the bottom of me looks like. You just know what the top of me looks like. Okay. And then I paired it with one of probably my favorite delicate necklace that we have. This is the Windsor necklace. I feel like it's the one that looks real of all of our necklaces. Many of our designer inspired necklaces look like fine jewelry. This is my favorite one. I don't know why. I just love it. Probably because I love historical drama too. And so I feel like one of the princesses would be wearing something like this. One of the royal families of some country somewhere would be wearing the Windsor necklace. Maybe the Windsor family. So maybe the House of Windsor. Maybe they all need Windsor necklaces. So anyway, that's what I'm wearing today. And these actually at half off would be like around $30 something. And this would be one of your full price items. So if you love these, add these to your list and send it over to your stylist. All right, guys, y'all have a great day and love you guys. And we'll talk to y'all later. Bye.